Hey everybody, Friday the 10th of June 2022, and we just had CPI and core CPI out of the US. So we've had, as to be expected, beats here across the board. The core CPI 6% beat on 5.9, and month on month core 0.6 beat on 0.5. The month-on-month headline figure 1% beat above 0.7, and the headline year-on-year 8.6 above 8.3. And so, this is kind of really pushing some buttons for the Fed. They are probably still going to stay with their 50 basis point hikes, but that's, not for me to decide. So let's just get over onto these markets here, and you're seeing quite a lot moving around. So just moving into, you're seeing dollar up straight away, top center of your screen here, dollar up to the 103.82 straight away, and holding once a bit more now on the back of this. Nasdaq and SPOOs down about 1.3 on Nasdaq and 1.8 on SPOOs. Bit of a bounce off of the S1 to start with, but more downside to be factored in here on these markets. We're looking at 39 15 halves, top of this range, and we'll kind of get back onto the daily bars to look at that. So we've kind of, generally speaking, we've kind of rallied back into the 50 EMA here, held resistance, and off we go to the downside. And this really doesn't fill me with much hope that, we've seen the bottom on the year so far. I think we can push lower, but that's again, something to look at over the next week. Not in this session. I don't see a breach on the current lows of the year, but certainly to trade into 39.15s. Now, one thing I did say before we got the data was we will probably try and reverse from the impact of the data. We'll have that movement before the US opens now in 40 minutes. So that could be 39.15s, and then we're buying the dip and back up we go. So just do keep an eye on that. Certainly wouldn't be selling that thing down at 39.15s. Dow as well, set to move down to 31.495s. S1 has just come in for support there. One thing that we saw before the data came out was gold here on the 60 minutes, which was getting absolutely hammered down. And we did tag just this 1830s level, and now we're back on the bid. Inflation is real. Gold bugs loving this and dipping in for their big longs. And I did have this gold daily bar chart open here just to kind of show everyone what we're looking at in the gold market here. So just generally holding on for dear life at the 1845s. I think as much as we want to sell down on this market, inflation is real, and we certainly have to be kind of long these metals. So look, gold bugs picking this up, and I think they're obviously going to be looking for 1870s and beyond, in I think what is generally a turn point here for gold to move back on up over the rest of this year. I haven't been a fan of gold for a while. It's just very tricky trade with negative interest rates, then moving to now 3% interest rates. It's just or 3% yields, negative yields to positive, massively positive yields. Big yin yang there for the yield story. So oil, not really something. Oil is not really the tradable product on the inflation data. Oil is more the reason for the inflation data to be so high. Obviously on the headline figure there, the core excluding energy and food costs. So look, oil pulling back to probably test on VWAP and the pivot here. We had a nice little push up this morning above this sort of trend. Nice longs to be had targeting 122.05s. Blowing out on the tops a bit here, CPI data, and a very strong dollar adding to the pullback on oil here. If we see the dollar sort of start to put in a cap on the day as we come into the US session, and what's going to be in 8 minutes time, the pit open, we may just find these buyers again at pivot and VWAP, and then drive for the 124.65s. Now that is going to be a big old day for oil, but these are the times for it. What else do we see in the euro? Absolutely getting decimated here. Really inverse to what we would have been thinking. I suppose coming into, well, it's a little early for the trade on euro. July ECB, we've just had Christine kind of setting out the stall for that interest rate meeting in July next month. So we had that yesterday. And yeah, what else? Yeah, look, I think more downside on equities until we get to the bell at 2:30. So listen, be careful out there. All right, that's it for me for another pre-US session. Have a good one. Have a fantastic weekend. And please do hit that like button to subscribe, or a trader somewhere will lose his wings. All right, we'll see you Monday on the flip side. Take care.